The fun of Tuesday afternoon continues for me. We just had an hour of wrestling reality brought to you by Gladiators of the Cage, and now a half hour with the men themselves, Scott and Robert, the founders and the people making it move, Gladiators of the Cage. Awesome MMA action, as we talked about in length last week, and I was talking about in the wrestling show. If you're carrying over, these guys have second in none production. Great reputation, not only from production to the fight card quality. They got another big event coming up August 22nd in Cheswick, Pennsylvania. This GOTC 18, August 22nd, Cheswick, Pennsylvania. You can go to gotcmma.com. Tons of professional and amateur fights. And again, this is, as we've talked about, and we'll touch on more here. A lot of fighters have been sent to the national stage that have come through their shows, and I'm sure you're going to see more of those guys and girls on August 22nd. Boys, good to see you again.
Hey, it's nice to be back.
What's going on?
How was your week?
Oh, it was a great week. Weather's been beautiful. We had our midget show. It was great.
Yeah, how was that? I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
It was great. It was great.
This was my first one. I mean, that was absolutely amazing.
Those guys
beat
really,
the living shit out of themselves.
Oh, my. I can't believe they're able to walk.
That's awesome. Yeah, these guys, moguls of all forms of entertainment. They had a midget wrestling show this past Saturday, so you can keep an eye out at stuff with all their endeavors. But Gladiators of the Cage MMA is the real focus that we have going all the way into August 22nd. Guys, to start off here, we're right here on the Triple Live Radio YouTube page. Please subscribe. There's tons of great content on the YouTube page, from your mainstream sports talk to pro wrestling to MMA. A little bit of wardrobe malfunction this past weekend.
Past weekend on
with the ladies.
Yeah, with the ladies on Fox, UFC on Fox 16. We had Liz Phillips was fighting Duke, and it went to a decision, and unfortunately Miss Phillips had a wardrobe malfunction. Now, it's been a lot of controversy with these Reebok uniforms and the Reebok kits. So a lot of the fighters and everything are blaming Reebok and saying, hey, I know we knew this was going to happen. Sooner or later it was going to happen, even though they've only been wearing uniforms for a short period of time.
Well, it depends on how you spin it. I mean, some people get offended by it, but some people are like, yeah, you go Reebok.
That's true. But it's going to happen. It's a physical sport where they're grabbing each other, pulling each other. And I've seen men on our shows have wardrobe malfunction. So it's going to happen. So, you can't really blame Reebok for that. But, it happens. And I'm sure that got quite a bit of social media attention over the weekend.
Do you think if you get behind a little bit on points that she just reached over and was like...
I don't know about that, but she... I think it looked like she was trying to pull it down more than it was trying to pull it up there, fella. But it happened, and I'm sure it was a good topic most of the time for the social media over the weekend.
Right.
Bring them out or tap out. That's kind of tough.
Well, sticking with the female action, obviously you guys are gonna have some great female action on August 22nd, but there is a really big fight this Saturday, I believe. With she's like the queen of pay-per-view right now with rowdy Ronda Rousey. Scott, you were talking a little bit about Rousey last week with me off the air, and I said let's bring this up on the air. What you were talking about? Correct me if I'm wrong. You were talking about the potential fight with that everybody wants to see with her and Cyborg, correct?
That is correct. But unless Cyborg can get herself down to a 135-pound weight, that's never going to happen. So. Miss Rousey's just going to have to keep fighting who they put in front of her, and right now there isn't anybody out there, I don't believe, that's going to be able to take her down from her throne. So good luck to them, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Give me your business take on this, because I'm very interested in Ronda Rousey. I think she's I'm so attracted in that way, but so attracted to the box office draw that she is. Also because she is rumored, and it's likely going to happen, that she was at this past year's WWE WrestleMania, and there's a lot of talk, and there's been talk between Vince McMahon and Dana White of allowing her to do something physical. More so, probably at Mania next year in a match involving The Rock and Triple H and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm very interested in her. I want to ask you this from a business standpoint. Is it better for her to continue being undefeated and potentially even retire undefeated, or is it better business to eventually have her lose, then all of a sudden there's a giant amount of interest in whoever she loses to, and then you can build a rematch and make some more money? As business, what do you think?
I think as a business, somebody's going to have to come in there and beat her eventually, because people are going to start getting bored with it. That's why she's going out.
Even if she does it in the quick fashion?
I think so, because people are going to get bored with it. The pay-per-views are going to say, okay, she's fighting. So like Miesha Tate, she just got another chance to fight her in a title fight by beating Jessica Eye this weekend. Mm-hmm. She's already beaten Miesha, I believe, twice. So, okay, she gets another fight with her. how exciting is that going to be? If she
said
taps
she'd
her
take
out.
the fight, though. She said, it'd be her third fight. She'd take it if that's what the fans wanted. But that's not what I want. I mean,
it's going to get boring eventually. So eventually, through age, there's going to be a young fighter come up through there that's going to challenge her and is eventually going to beat her, and then she can have the rubber match and try to regain the title. But she is also branching out. She's doing the movie. She's going with the WWE. She's doing commercials. She has main sponsors. So for her, she is a constant cash flow for the UFC right now.
Absolutely.
And they're going to do whatever they can to continue that cash flow. But eventually, are the fans going to get, okay, she's fighting somebody here, and, she's fighting this person, yeah, she's probably going to win. The odd makers in, Vegas, the odds aren't going to be clearly in her favor.
Well, and you guys, as we said, you guys are going to have plenty of, you have some great female action on August 22nd. Again, Gladiators of the Cage, GOTC 18. Is going to be at the Syria Shriner Center in Cheswick, Pennsylvania.
Great venue.
Just north of Pittsburgh on August 22nd. Doors open at 6, first bell at 7, GOTCMMA.com.